If you've ever felt like you've been doing everything right, the routines, the journaling, the workouts, the glow up, the mindset work, yet you still feel stuck, I'm gonna say this with so much love. It's not because you're not doing enough, it's because you're still doing the same things. Those things that are rooted in the same energy that has been keeping you stuck. That's the disconnect. You need to do more. You need to do the opposite of what has not been working for you. In this video, I'm going to break down the 3 areas of life where most women feel blocked: relationships, lifestyle, and your body. And I'm going to show you that doing more isn't the breakthrough. That's not the thing that's holding you back. That's not the thing that's keeping you stuck. What's going to get you the end result that you want is doing the opposite of what you've been doing. Because clearly that energy and doing those things, it's not working for you. Let's start with the body. You've been doing the strict diets, the fad diets, you've been working out, you thought your routine was perfect, yet you're still not where you want to be. What if you did the opposite of what you've been doing? So instead of doing a fad diet, a crash diet, I'm gonna lose 20 pounds in 2 weeks diet, what if you picked a diet that's sustainable for you and your lifestyle and it still got you the results that you want? Workouts, for example. You're inconsistently working out, or you're canceling your workout classes, or you're not showing up to work out with your trainer. What if you showed up to work out with your trainer, attended every class that you signed up for, and consistently worked out? Now, this doesn't have to look like 7 days a week. Commit to 4. Commit to 5. If you really want to see results, that's what you have to do. Do the opposite of what you've been doing. If the fad diets, the crash diets aren't working for you, if cutting your calories back so low is not working for you, do the opposite of that. Create a meal plan or create a system, whether that's with a trainer or a nutritionist, that is going to work for you. One that works with your lifestyle as well. There are some people who work nights, there are some people who work days. You're obviously going to be on very different schedules, and what one person needs or what one person's going to benefit from is not going to be the same for the other person. But do the opposite of what you've been doing. Skipping the sessions with your trainer or the classes. Either way, they're going to cost you money. And if you're not a person who justifies it in that way, that this is going to cost me money if I don't go, if that doesn't put some skin in the game that you made that investment, then you need to come up with something else. You need to actually hold yourself accountable and take yourself seriously, and you're going to continue to build self-trust and so much confidence as well. If you sign up for a class, go. If you need an accountability buddy, find one. But oftentimes when you find an accountability buddy, if they fall off, you're going to fall off too. So really the only person that can hold you accountable is yourself. I know how exhausting this is to be in this cycle of thinking and feeling that you're doing everything right and it not working because you're not getting the results that you want. I know. You want to burn out, for a month you're really in it, you're working out, and then okay, life happens or you get lazy and you don't want to go anymore. But what if you did the opposite of what you've been doing that's not working for you? What if you had this mindset of, I'm going to keep the promises to myself. I'm going to establish a workout routine for myself. I'm going to establish some sort of meal program or plan for myself, and I'm going to stick with it. If you have a very busy schedule, working out 7 days a week, 5 days a week, that may not work for you. Commit to 4. Start with 4. If you haven't been taking your classes that seriously, if you aren't really given that hour or that 30 minutes, everything that you have, if you haven't been taking your trainer seriously or your training sessions seriously and you haven't been giving it everything that you have, what if you did the opposite of that? And you went into it and you're like, okay, this is 30 minutes or this is 1 hour, 45 minutes, whatever it is, that I'm going to be so ridiculously focused on improving myself, and I'm going to give it my all. I'm going to take breaks when needed, but I'm going to really give it my all because I'm really trying hard to do the opposite of what's been working for me, what's not been working for me. And I know you're mentally and physically exhausted, but I promise you, doing the opposite of what has clearly not been working for you is going to give you this new, fresh, and hyper-energized energy. And it's going to be the energy that you need, the energy that you need to unlock and tap into to be the girl that you want to be. Or maybe you've been doing all the workouts. You've been doing Pilates, you've been doing weights, you've been doing yoga. You have made your schedule so full and you're doing all the classes, yet you're not seeing the results that you want to see. Maybe you need to rest. Maybe you need to schedule rest. Schedule a couple less classes per week. Maybe you need to add in 10,000 steps that you're walking daily. Walking has so many major benefits, and honestly, my body looks the best when I'm getting my 10,000 steps in. Speaking of rest, we all know what cortisol phase is, and we all know what cortisol and stress do to your body. So maybe you really need to prioritize rest or changing what you do when you rest if you're not seeing the results that you want from what you're doing. Do the opposite of what's not been working for you, and you're gonna get results. And especially if your nervous system is dysregulated, you've been in fight or flight mode, you've been in survivor mode, you've been experiencing so many things, and your body needs a reset. You need to feel better, and maybe that means slowing down, being present, and really reflecting on what you can do and who you can be to feel better. Because your body literally doesn't feel like it's safe to change. Give yourself permission to do so. Maybe you need softness, nourishment, rest, low impact workouts. Maybe you need something different and to slow down and really focus on mind-muscle connection or being present to get the results that you want. And to certainly regulate your nervous system and not feel like you're in fight or flight mode all the time. Maybe you need to wrap your head around this mindset of you're eating to feel strong and stable and look your best and feel your most confident. You're not eating to shrink or to lose weight or to get this magical number on the scale. Do the opposite of everything that you've been doing and watch how you get the results. And yes, I'm saying if you've been strict, you need to not be strict. If you haven't been strict, you need to be strict. It's gonna depend on you and what you've been doing. Clearly, it's not working. So do the opposite of what you've been doing. Next, let's get into relationships and your love life. I know how frustrating it is to not attract the right guy for you or to attract the partner that you want. I know how frustrating it is to not have the romantic comedy life that you want, especially when you've been doing the work, inner work, and the healing, and where is the disconnect here? Why is this not happening for me? You've watched all the videos, feminine energy, soft life. I'm gonna make a list of standards. I'm gonna pretend to be unbothered. Nothing is working for you. You're still attracting emotionally unavailable men, or worse, men who are mean, men who are cold, distant, not healthy masculine men. You're trying to be the girl that attracts the high value man or the man that you want, and you're not attracting that type of man, or you're not attracting a man at all. The problem isn't that you're not doing enough. You're doing the same thing with different packaging. Do the opposite of what you've been doing that has not been working and watch how you get what you want. If you don't have standards, if you don't have self-worth, or if you have little to no self-worth, and you are still performing, waiting to be chosen, let's do the opposite. Your standards, you're not taking them seriously enough. You don't have real standards, you have preferences without any boundaries. You say you want someone who's consistent, who communicates, and who's intentional. Yet you call back the guy who's doing none of those things. You say you want to start this new chapter, you want to be in this new era of life with the person who's the love of your life, yet you're still hanging on to and entertaining things with your ex. You do not want the bare minimum, yet you're still entertaining the bare minimum. Why don't you do the opposite of everything that you've been doing that has not been working? So have some standards that are enforced by boundaries. Do not settle for less than you deserve. Do not settle for the bare minimum. If you have a list of things that you would like to feel or a list of things that you want in your dream partner, make sure that you're dating men who align with that, and make sure their actions are aligning with their words as well. Because men can talk a big game and promise you the world and have nothing to show for it because their actions and their words do not align. You don't want the bare minimum, but when someone gives it to you, you do a backflip for it. You settle for it. Do the opposite of what has not been working for you. I promise you, if you do the opposite of what you've currently been doing, you're gonna get exactly what you want and then some. This one really should have came before standards, but your self-worth is going to equal your standards. What you allow from people is what is going to continue. And some people really like to see as far as they're going to be able to take it, as far as you're gonna let them take it. When you have self-worth, it's easier to enforce your standards and your boundaries, even if the rose-colored glasses on and you've caught feelings and you're happy. When you have low self-worth, you're gonna settle for situationships or men that aren't the dream man for you. You do deserve better, but you have to find better, and that starts within yourself. You say you have self-worth and you're still responding to that "are you up" text. I'm gonna hold your hand while I say this. For my girlies that have a type, especially if your type is not a good type. It's not a good masculine, healthy masculine man. You keep asking yourself, what did I do wrong? How did this get messed up this time? Instead of asking yourself, why am I tolerating this? Do the opposite of what you've been doing and watch you get everything that you want. You think that you're the low maintenance girl. You're easy, you're go with the flow, and this is not giving you what you want. Do the opposite of what you've been doing. So standards, boundaries, being high maintenance. You're not asking for too much, you're asking the wrong person. You also don't have to shrink your opinions to be low maintenance or be easier. And men do love a challenge. So being easier and being low maintenance isn't necessarily the key to getting your dream man. You are feminine. Your feminine energy radiates. But this is all an act. This is all a performance. You're not truly embodying the energy of you leading with your feminine energy. You leaning into softness, nourishment, presence, feeling in tune with your body, your intuition. If you did the opposite of what you've been doing and you actually truly started to embody and lean into your softness and lean into your feminine energy, you're going to attract the dream man. You are still trying to be picked, you're still trying to be chosen, you're still trying to beg for love. And this is energetically not what you should be doing. You should realize that you already are lovable, you already are the girl who can be chosen, and you already are a girl who doesn't have to perform just to be chosen. You can be your authentic self. You're trying to show up as the low maintenance girl, the easy girl, the unbothered, the easy to love girl. And that is not you. Do the opposite of what you've been doing. Have some standards, have some boundaries, have some dating rules to attract the dream person for you. Because deep down, you're not connecting, you're performing. Even when the routines are set, your body looks the way that you want, you're dating more intentionally, your life still does not feel fulfilled. It's probably because you are living a life that is not yours. You're living a life that someone else told you to live, or you're living a life that you thought that you wanted, when deep down inside, that life is not yours and it's not in alignment with the life that you want. You're doing all the right things, but you're still feeling busy, disconnected. You're just going with the motion of life. You low-key feel like you're performing your life more than you're actually living it. You're always busy over being present. You're curating a life that looks good but doesn't actually feel good. You're disconnected from yourself and from knowing your true desires and what you really want. When it comes to always being busy, you're checking all the boxes, you're getting all the trophies, the accolades, all the accomplishments, but you are so busy focused on your next milestone, your next goal, that you're not appreciating the journey that you've been on. You're not being present for where you are now. You're constantly thinking of the next version of yourself. Do the opposite of what you've always done and watch you get exactly what you want. So you need to slow down. You have to keep in mind that rest is productive. When you slow down and you're present and you're still, you can really lean into leading with your feminine energy, and you can get deeply connected to yourself, your body, and your intuition. And that's the whole point. It's not a reward. Don't be so busy creating your future and focusing on the next milestone that you forget to enjoy the present. You're creating a life that looks so good. It's aesthetic. You have the routines, you have the content, blah, 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 blah. Off of social media, off of Instagram, how does your life actually feel? So do the opposite of what you've been doing. The real you, the authentic you, how does their life look? How does their life feel? Curate that. Do things because they feel good, not just because they're impressive, aesthetic, productive, or on brand. You're deeply disconnected from your own desires and what you truly want. You're constantly doing for your brand, for your body, for your boyfriend, for your family. But when is the last time that you've done something that you really wanted to do? Or the last time that you've done something that is just for you? You're too busy achieving instead of feeling, instead of reflecting. Do the opposite of what you've always done. Reconnect to your joy, reconnect to your energy, especially your feminine energy and your intuition, and do something for just you. So if your body doesn't look the way that you want it to, you're not attracting the man that you really want. Your life looks so good and curated on the outside, but does not feel that way. You don't truly feel fulfilled on the inside. You do not need a new routine. You do not need to do a 5 a.m. wake-up call. You do not need to do more. You need to do the opposite of what you've been doing. You need to have the opposite energy and stop repeating what has not been working for you, and stop repeating the things that are keeping you stuck. I hope you guys aren't mad at me for this. And know that I mean this so lovingly. But if everything that you've been doing is not working, do the opposite. And this really was just on my heart and my mind to share today. So I hope this helped someone. I hope that you're going to hit the subscribe button, make a new friend in the comment section, because I'm really trying to build a community here. And I'm happy you're here. And I am excited to hear about the results. I'm excited to hear, even if you just try one of these categories, these are the 3 main categories, but even if you just try one of these categories, I'm excited to see the results for you, because I know that you're going to get everything that you want. Comment below. I do want to hear, what is one thing that you are going to do the opposite of? It could maybe not be one of the things that I mentioned, and that's okay, but I want to hear. See you in the next video.